It was just announced that Google is going to turn YouTube into a major player in e-commerce. Now, it's been a minor player, and Google has been an advertising vehicle, as YouTube has been for many years. In fact, it's a $15 billion a year advertising vehicle. That is YouTube. What they want to do, though, is kind of push what is called affiliate marketing out of YouTube. If you go to my channel and I talk about the Big Nine, and I mention that you can get the Big Nine by going into my description and clicking on the Amazon link. You go to Amazon, you buy the book, and you pay probably, if you buy the hard copy, you might pay $29. I make somewhere around 56 cents. So it's not a big deal. But what if YouTube changed that and put, when I mentioned it and tagged it, they had an algorithm and a software to put a picture of this book underneath my video, and there you could click on it, and we cut Amazon out. And now you buy the book for $29.99, and it comes directly from the publisher. And whatever Google and I make on that, I take 70% and they take 30%. So that's a good deal for me, okay? So that's where I think they're going. From what I read, though, I'm going to be a minor player in this. Where they really want to go is on those videos. If you've seen these young girls who do makeup and do their hair and do everything, well, they're representing specific products, and they don't get the high advertising payout that a financial channel like mine would. They get sponsorships. So in other words, whatever lipstick they're using is sponsored. That video is sponsored by the maker of that lipstick. When you see the little kids opening toys, those are some of the highest paid YouTube creators in the world. And they're not getting paid by the advertising. In many cases, they don't have advertising on their YouTube channel. They get paid by the manufacturer. Now, the manufacturer will now, through Google's YouTube, be able to put a link to their product, and the viewer will be able to buy directly from the manufacturer, have it shipped, and YouTube will collect revenue on that, as will the YouTube creator. And that's what was reported in Bloomberg's 4 days ago. And I've been thinking about it and as to how it might play out in my life. I'm pretty much tied to Google. I don't do search on Bing or Yahoo or Firefox or any of them. I search everything on Google. I have a Samsung phone. I do everything with this. Google notifies me once a month of everywhere I've gone in my car. They tell me what gas station I went to, where I went to eat, all this, and they track me throughout the month, and they send me this information, and I give it no thought. But I got to thinking. Nita and I are going to the beach for 2 weeks. We're going to go from November the 14th through November the 28th. We have for 30-some years celebrated Thanksgiving at the beach, and that's another story. And my son lives down there now. So, and we go to off of 30A Santa Rosa Beach down on the Gulf. So we're renting a house for 2 weeks. And I realized I needed a laptop that would replace my desktop so I could forward my videos, I could get all my emails, I could do my Dropbox thing, I could do my letter thing, and I needed a good laptop. I don't have the last laptop was a cheap laptop, and it lasted about 2 years and then just stopped. Took it to get fixed, and they said, no, it'll cost you more than it's worth. So I needed a new laptop. So 2 weeks ago, I went to Best Buy. Now, Google knew I went to Best Buy because they track my car. I went in and I talked to a young man by the name of Dakota. And I told Dakota what exactly I needed. And he told me that I needed a specific computer. I talked to him about it. I explained it. And he showed me 2 different models of this specific computer. And so I took a picture of the price label that they had there. And then I came home and I did some research. And what did I do? I Googled what are the best laptops for YouTube vloggers. And it gave me a list. And sure enough, the one he suggested showed up. It was about a $1,300 computer. So I kind of decided, okay, I'm going to buy that. And so I went back to Best Buy's, and they had raised the price on the one I wanted from $1,300 to $1,600. Well, that upset me a bit. And so I searched on my phone right there, and I found a comparable model for $1,250, and they matched the price. So what I got to thinking was Google was watching me through this whole process. Where could they have stepped in and taken control of the process? They knew I went to Best Buy's. They knew that I was looking at a specific computer. They knew the price range I was in, and they knew I didn't buy it. So what if they could find a video, maybe a full video or a snippet of a video, that would explain that computer to me for my specific needs? Because Google also knows that I'm a YouTuber. They also know that I searched for a laptop for a YouTuber. So what if they put in front of me, and they have many means of doing that, a video or a snippet of a video that specifically spoke to my needs for that computer? What if they did that? Would I be likely, particularly if they also knew that I respected that YouTuber because they knew that I had been to his channel before and I maybe even subscribed to his channel? Would that have taken Best Buy out of the equation? Yeah, it would have. Would that have put money in Google's pockets and the YouTubers' pockets, and probably at a much higher rate than Amazon's 2, 3, 4% that they give? Yeah, I think it would. Would this be the opening of a whole new cash stream, revenue source for Google? Yeah, I think it would. Could it? And again, think about this. Why did I go to Best Buy's in the first place? Because I wanted person-to-person contact, and I wanted somebody to hear what I had to say about what I was looking for. Now, I knew he wasn't a YouTuber. And in fact, he was a Canon. He told me he was paid to be there in Best Buy's by Canon cameras, and he just happened to know something about computers and laptops. So would I have been more comfortable buying it through YouTube and buying it through somebody that I knew what I was talking about and knew what my needs were? Yeah, I would. Now, how might that be if I were buying a car? Could YouTube and Google take my local BMW or Tesla dealer out of the equation and I could buy it direct from Tesla or BMW? Is that possible? Yeah, I think it is. I think it is. So, as an investor, I look at what I've just learned, and truly, I'm not a real smart guy. I barely made it through high school. I made it through high school because I was a damn good football player. I went to college on a football scholarship, and then they found out I was too small and told me to go study and get a degree rather than play football. But I barely graduated from college. But what I'm good at is connecting the dots. So when I saw this Bloomberg article about Google wanting to get into the e-commerce business and that they were going to use YouTube to do it, I just got to thinking about my experience of buying a laptop, which turned out to be about a $1,300 expenditure, and how Google would have liked to have had that expenditure rather than have it go to Best Buy's, because my other option was to go directly to the manufacturer or to go through Amazon, because I searched it on Amazon as well. I think Google can do something that Amazon can't do, and that is replace the salesman in the Best Buy store, replace the shelf in the Walmart, Target, Neiman Marcus, Saks Fifth Avenue, you name it. If they can create a loyalty to me, to the makeup girl, to the little kid opening the package, if they can create a relationship with those people, they have just put Best Buy's out of business. They have just put the cosmetic stores out of business. They have just put the car dealerships out of business, because you and I like to buy from people that we know, we like, and we trust. And I liked Dakota, but I didn't know him. I had no basis to give him trust. But he was the closest thing I had to any of those things. I didn't have it on Amazon, and I didn't have it on the manufacturer's website. So that's where I want. I think YouTube and Google can replace that. Now, I've told you, because I think Google's earnings are going to be down, I think it's the 23rd of this month, I'm out of Google, but I'm getting right back in. And I'm getting right back into the people who are controlling the data. And it just baffles me that if YouTube can create that awareness of an individual and a trust, my God, the potential of this e-commerce is it got to be threatening to Amazon. Amazon right now is sitting in their boardroom, and by the way, Jeff, I'm still available. They're sitting in their boardroom and saying, they just trumped us. And no, that has no reflection on our president. They just beat us to the big payoff. Knowledge, trust, and the opportunity to reward the people that you trust. This is super. This is an opportunity, and remember where you heard it first, because this is Best of Us investors. We're a tribe of right now about 55,000 people who want to have a leg up in the investment world, whether it be stocks, bonds, REITs, real estate, art, whatever. We're putting our minds together. You just got something out of my mind. You never heard this before until you heard it now. And I'm sharing it with you. You go to bestofusinvestors.com. You're going to get a letter from me tomorrow morning that's going to come through your email, and it's then going to give you a link to our village. It's what you call a Discord. That's where you're going to hear from other people who have insights as to what's going to happen in the world that you want to be a part of and the future of it. If you haven't read this book, The Future is Faster Than You Think. The first couple chapters are all about Uber and flying cars, and they make reference to the Jetsons. Okay, and if you don't know what the Jetsons are, it's a cartoon of the 70s, and it deals with the flying car incident. Well, one of our tribe members is a guy by the name, his last name is Barbera. Hanna-Barbera made that cartoon, made Yogi Bear, made Tom and Jerry, made the cartoons that your kids grew up on, if my kids grew up on. And he emailed me last night, and I'm going to see if I can get Mr. Barbera on my channel, and we can talk about the future and the Jetsons. So that's a part of what we are. Best of Us Investors. Come join us. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're headed for 1 million subscribers. We're headed to change this investment world and bring it into our court, where you get a leg up on that quantum computer, that Harvard graduate, and you put 1 million minds together, and we become the one who's making all the good decisions because we got the right information. Okay, this is fun.